semi-pro, and this shit is semi-written. I mean, come on.
Semi-written.
Yeah, semi-watchable.
I'm not sure it was written at all, actually. I think they said, okay, here's the plot, like a synopsis you'd read on the back of a video cassette case, and then, okay, go. And then they just started filming.
I'm actually convinced they used the collegehumor.com Will Ferrell plot generator to write these movies now.
Having seen that generator and messed with it, this is right out of it. It's exactly something you would have found on there.
So was it modified from the Adam Sandler plot generator?
Yes.
Because
slightly
these
different.
movies are almost the same. It's just a different guy who plays a different type of character.
Yeah, man.
But otherwise, it's the same films.
Look, you want to know how to make a Will Ferrell movie, a Will Ferrell sports comedy movie? Give him a different uniform or outfit, put a different wig on him, and stand back and let him stand near some furniture and go like, no!
Okay, now there are
Film for 120 minutes until fresh.
there are a few things that set each one apart. So tell me, so I can tell the difference between this one and the other ones. What makes him get naked in this one?
Nothing. He just does it on his own.
He just gets naked on his own.
Yeah.
Okay, so
As
nothing causes him to do that. When he finally screams out when he's naked, what is the phrase that he utters? Is it like "Great Gogly Mowgli" or "Holy Jesus, my soul is on fire"?
Okay, here's the thing. He doesn't get naked in the actual movie. You know why? Because he got naked before the movie even came out. There's a promo of him sitting on a bench, and you scroll past his hairy legs, and then there's a basketball at his crotch, and you look at it, it's like, who the fuck? Oh, it's Will Ferrell, of course.
That being said, there's lots of loving close-ups of his crotch and like jiggles and stuff. You know,
Only you would notice that. I didn't think-
come
no.
on, you could.
He's a man enough to admit it. You're sitting over there going, "I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
It's an
I'm not gay."
extreme close-up.
I
of
was
his
blinded
balls.
at those moments.
I think I was probably asleep, to be honest with you. So-
And no wonder. You know, I actually like the last two Will Ferrell movies. I mean, they are what they are, but they worked. It was like, okay, you guys are kind of figuring out the formula.
Now,
this
wait,
is
which two are you referring
I'm talking about Blades of Glory and Talladega Nights.
Okay,
I
so
enjoyed
not
both
the
of them.
last two sports comedies.
Yeah,
'Cause
the
in
last
between
two
there, he
sports.
did the really awesome
Stranger Than Fiction.
Yeah,
Stranger Than
the last
Fiction.
two sports comedies, the last two films of this genre that he does, the Rise and Fall and Rise Again films,
Yeah.
right? But this shit is getting old, man. This one, they're just not even trying anymore. It's
Yeah.
exhausting watching them. Even his character actors who've been in like all these movies are sitting there just going, really? Are we here again doing this shit?
Yeah.
It's like,
Well-
that's how much I'm getting paid. Okay, never mind. I'll shut up.
Where this one really screws up as opposed to the other ones, I mean, besides the fact that, yeah, it's just really half-baked and they're not even trying anymore, is that there's a point where it tries to have a story. And you know, with any one of these kind of goofy comedies, you know, Super Troopers being the first one that comes to mind, they might work when they're just pulling gags. When they get to a story, you're like, oh, dude, you're completely blowing it because y'all didn't have this in mind at first. And you're going along with this, you might like it, you might not, but then it comes to Woody Harrelson trying to have a love story, the whole thing just collapses in on itself.
Yeah. No, and
because who would believe Woody Harrelson could get laid?
In this movie, you have a hard time believing it. You know? And it's such a pathetic attempt to throw a love story in a movie where it doesn't belong at all.
Yeah, no, it's everything in this movie is forced, from trying to make another Will Ferrell sports movie to trying to bring in another subplot, like you're saying. And that's one of the main problems with the movie is that Will Ferrell is actually sharing equal time with Woody Harrelson almost. And Woody Harrelson, for whatever we think of him, is actually a deeper, better character in this movie, for as deep as this movie can get. So when you see Will Ferrell come on, he's like, "Hey, everybody, I'm Will Ferrell." Young, it's like, man, okay, compared to somebody who's trying to act in this movie, it's like, this shit's getting kind of old right now. And the thing is that Will Ferrell, I hate saying this because we just did an interview with him. That's the nicest guy in the world. And I know if he ever comes and checks out the site and sees, he's almost like, that motherfucker sat down and smiled at me doing this interview, and now he's talking shit about me. I just want to offer an apology, but I will say this to his credit. That guy, I think he's a great actor because we all saw Stranger Than Fiction.
Sure.
And we all said he's really good. So I'm just pleading that somebody gives him a chance to do something besides what he's doing right now.
Will Ferrell is a very talented guy. That's what makes these things so painful. I mean, if he was somebody who was shitty, it'd be like, yeah, okay, so what? You know, I hate that y'all are paying this money for it, but who cares? But when he was on Saturday Night Live, he busted me up every week. And it hurts me to see his movies that I hate most of them.
Yeah, we know he has talent, and it's not like he's desperate for money at this point. So why are they still doing him? But
Have you guys seen the plot to his next movie?
I think we have.
Yeah.
We've seen it 3 times already.
No, this one. The next one is called Step Brothers, where his father marries John C. Reilly's mother, and now they're step brothers, and they get uber competitive and have to outdo one another.
see, I really want this to be a bomb, and I want that one to be a bomb, because then what we're going to see is a documentary about how Will Ferrell used to be on top, but then he hit rock bottom, but then he clawed his way back up with a documentary about his film career.
Let me see if I know the plot. The hottest movie star in the world, despite not actually supposed to be the hottest star in the world, comes across a rival who is far better than him and who outdoes him, and then he falls from grace and has a half-baked romantic interest that suddenly springs up in the third act and inspires him to go off and defeat that Paul Walker who comes out of the woodwork.
Wait a minute. Outdoes him?
Yeah, that's what I got stuck on.
Where'd you go to school?
I was reading the script. I'm sorry.
As a matter of fact, that should be the name of the movie. Outdoes him.
Outdoes him.
Sean will step up to the streets. No, man. And so in this movie, this movie Step Brothers you have talking about, they should just throw everything in there. They should compete each other in racing cars. What's that shit? Skating, gay skating, whatever.
Gay skating.
Is there any other kind?
Exactly.
And not to mention, we have to have Ben Stiller, both the Wilson brothers. We've got to have who else? Paul Rudd.
We just got to get the shit out of his system and just do it all at once, like a big sneeze, like and throw in all the people he likes to work with and every possible plot he could do here, and then maybe he could actually give us some quality work again.
See, and you had the idea that if he did it all, then when it came time to write another one, he'd have nothing left. If he wouldn't just backtrack and redo the same movies he's done before.
He'd expand on one of those plot elements and call it Step Brothers 2.
There'd be some sport he figured out he hadn't touched it. It'd be
Step Brothers to the street.
It'd be a sports movie about playing pogs.
Yeah. It's coming.
When are we gonna get the movie where he plays Scrabble or some shit? There's so much more out there.
Dude, they're doing these over and over again. They're the big thing right now. There's that movie that just came out of Sundance that everybody's all about with the air drummers. I mean, all these are
enough already.
Yeah, all these are is just knockoffs of Dodgeball over and over and over again.
We're talking about this movie like it's terrible. It's not terrible. It's just a joke that's getting stale. And we're talking about a creative talent who is at the point where he's minded for what it's worth, I think. I mean, he's going to have to radically do something different to prove it to me that he can. I got some laughs out of it. Some of the side characters made me laugh. Some people in here were actually given a chance to show that they're more talented than we think they are, like Andre Benjamin. We know him as Andre 3000.
Yeah. Sure.
So, but overall, it's a mediocre film.
Is he the co-host's brother?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought there was a resemblance.
Separated at birth.
That's where the talent went in that family.
Oh, stop it, man. No, I give this a very low rental.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. There are a few gags that actually work. There are points I was like, I didn't see that coming, and then it quickly just dives right back into the same old. It's a low rental.
Yeah, I hate to follow you guys, but I'm pretty much with you. I mean, it was the side characters probably that made me laugh, and especially the poker scene, which I thought was actually very funny. It took me by surprise. But yeah, there's just so much of it else where it starts off kind of half zany at first. By the second half, it's just boring. Yeah. And I give it a rental.
Did you see it?
No, that's why I haven't been talking about it. I just been making fun of it.
Okay. Even though they're making his own story. Do's it. No.
Yeah, because I've really been way off on the plot of this fucking movie.
He didn't have to see this to know
I watched the trailer. I said, oh, wow, gee, a Will Ferrell sports comedy. I wonder how this one's going to end. Yeah. The big dramatic twist ending where the girl comes out of the woodwork and I love you.
To be honest, I think I fell asleep before the ending. How did this thing end?
I don't know. I don't even remember, man. I mean, what happens at the end of every one of them?
He ends up back on top again.
Yeah,
what do you think happens?
Exactly. You can write that shit yourself and probably write a better one. We're all in agreement, though, that this guy is talented and deserves more.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's proven. He's one of those guys. He's like Adam Sandler. As much as Adam Sandler did the same thing.
Oh, he sure did.
8-9 years ago, where it was everything was I'm little Nicky, and this is the role where I talk out of this side of my mouth, and I'm in the wedding.
Yeah, no, we got it. Yeah,
I'm a social retard, and at some point I'm going to beat somebody up.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just saying we're all on his side. We should just plot a caper where we just bust into his house, and I'm putting it out there.
No, like Rupert Pupkin in the King of Comedy. We should kidnap him in the basement and deprogram him.
I just think
excellent idea.
he's a smart guy. What we need to do is we need to sneak in at night and leave a real script on his nightstand table where
So he could wipe
what's
his ass
this?
with it?
Hey, wow, there's words.
No, that ain't
and
gonna-
there's no sports.
No, that ain't gonna happen. No, this is tough love right here, and I'm putting it out there. We need to we need to break into his house and drag his ass out the window, not the door, because the window hurt more. And we need to just get in line and slap the shit out of him, like in rotations every 5 hours.
You do realize that there will be a producer nearby that goes, "We can make a movie out of this." They dragged him out of bed. He's naked, and they're slapping the shit out of him. We can make 2 hours of material. Can somebody get Paul Rudd on the phone?
Now tell me if that would not be a better movie than what we just saw.
No,
You're right, it would.
It would not.
Title of the movie?
It would be the same
no,
fucking movie.
Title of the movie? Slap the shit out of Will Ferrell.